A for apple. B for ball. C for car. D for dog. E for elephant. F for fox. G for goat. H for hat. I for igloo. J for joker. K for kangaroo. L for lion. N for mouse. N for nest. O for owl. P for pig. Q for queen. R for rabbit. S for sun. T for train. U for umbrella. V for violin. W for whale. X for xylophone. Y for yak. Z for zebra. Let's tap these letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Touch W. Terrific. Touch E. Great job. Touch D. Intelligent. Touch K. Excellent. Touch M. Excellent. Touch P. Terrific. Touch R. Excellent. Touch E. Terrific. Touch R. Intelligent. Touch A. Intelligent. Touch W. Intelligent. Touch I. Terrific. Touch X. Excellent. Touch F. Excellent. Touch U. Intelligent. Touch K. Excellent. Touch H. intelligent. Touch C, intelligent. Touch A, intelligent. Touch E, great job. Touch P, terrific. Touch B, intelligent. Touch A, excellent. Touch R, intelligent. Touch Y, great job. Touch G, intelligent. Touch R, intelligent. Touch H, great job. Touch Y, excellent. Touch X, great job. Touch W, terrific. Touch W, terrific. Touch Q, intelligent. Touch S, intelligent. Touch A, intelligent. Touch S, excellent. Touch Y, excellent. Touch B, excellent. Touch S, great job. Touch S, terrific. Touch T, excellent. Touch C, terrific. Touch T, excellent. Touch W, excellent. Touch S, terrific. Touch J, intelligent. Touch U, excellent. Touch W, excellent. Touch Y, great job. Touch K, excellent. Touch O, intelligent. Touch T, intelligent. Touch B, terrific. Touch H, terrific. Touch R, terrific. Touch Q, intelligent. Touch T, great job. Touch Y, intelligent. Touch K, terrific. Touch I, excellent. Touch F, terrific. Touch M, great job. Touch E, great job. Touch S, excellent. Touch A, great job. Touch R, terrific. Touch B, excellent. Touch I, intelligent. Touch O, excellent. Touch N, intelligent. Touch F, great job. Touch U, terrific. Touch A, terrific. Touch T, great job. Touch C, excellent. Touch G, terrific. Touch F, great job. Touch P, intelligent. Touch H, great job. Touch H, great job. Touch B, excellent. Touch J, excellent. Touch C, terrific. Touch J, terrific. Touch A, intelligent. Touch S, terrific. Touch X, intelligent. Touch D, great job. Touch T, excellent. Touch O, intelligent. Touch U, terrific. Touch U, terrific. Touch X, terrific.